B4c Studios.
Group station, home of the Manny, Roy, and Loren morning show.
Turn it up.
It's 95.1.
Put on your seatbelts, everybody. Put on your food belts. Oh, no, it's not that time of year again. No, it can't be. It can't be. Tell me, pinch me. Tell me it's not here.
It's the most fattening time of the year, with that pumpkin pie filling and everyone swilling down eggnog and beer. It's the most fattening time of the year. It's the lip smacking season of all. While you're shopping, you're cheating, impulsively eating that junk at the mall.
But it's so good, Lorraine.
It's the most fattening time.
Yes, it is.
It's a belt-loosening time.
For the next
It's the
one.
most fattening time of the year.
30 days of fattening times. All right, welcome to a new episode of the Manny, Roy, and Loren morning show, minus Manny. He'll be back Monday, and we'll dive in deeper on why he's not been on the show lately. It's already gotten public, but we'll address it later.
Sure.
Lorraine, what's the one thing you want to bring up?
Well, I have been asked to sit on the board for a gala. So Autism Strong is a local charity here in town, and they help families who have a diagnosis for autism or something on the spectrum that they will require therapies for, and then they can financially help those families pay for those therapies. Because if your child is on the spectrum, it's like on our call last night, I believe she said $60,000 a year is the average to spend on therapies.
Oh my gosh!
So
that's with insurance or without?
That would be like if you didn't have it covered, because your deductible. But some people can't even afford their deductibles.
Right. Oh my gosh! Yeah, mine's $6,000. That's huge deductible.
Yeah. So this charity steps in and helps them pay for that, which is awesome, whether you have insurance or not. But they would help you meet your deductible if you couldn't, and then from there you could go. But anyway, I'm sitting on the board for their first annual gala, and we had our first virtual meeting last night, and I almost missed it. I was so excited.
Board member Lorraine.
I know. I was so excited about it. Had it on my calendar, and then you just get caught up with the kids at night.
Yeah.
And Jackson would not go to sleep last night, so I'm like looking at my watch, and it's like our meeting was at 8, and I'm looking. It's like 7:55, 7:58. I'm like, okay, kid, you're gonna have to go to sleep on your own.
Yeah, I take a lot of meetings from home, and it is very difficult to keep on track of time. Like I had a meeting at 12:30, and it was like 11:30. I was like, oh, let me go ahead and do lunch now,
right?
Because I'll be super hungry if I wait. And then I started eating lunch, watching TV. Next thing you know, it's 1:15, and I'm like, oh boy.
I blacked out.
And I called them. And by the way, I don't make up excuses whenever I miss meetings. I'm like, I was eating lunch, and
I forgot.
The food was that good.
Yeah.
That's really nice to hear.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited. So the gala is going to be April 2nd at Emerald Lakes Golf Course. So we're like, literally last night was our very first meeting. It was just kind of all the board members meeting each other.
April 2nd's coming up.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be here before we know it.
Yeah.
So,
I wanted to be a part of Timed Out Youth. Which is a great LGBTQ resource here in the Carolinas for teens and young adults. And, Loren, you're going to think this is awful of me. I want to volunteer, but, I get, volunteer messages of, can somebody run the front desk? Well, I don't want to do that.
Why?
Run the front desk, I'll screw that up. Put me on a board. I'm big picture guy.
Okay.
You leave me with details. That's not for me.
Have you ever reached out to them directly and said, "Hey, I would love to sit on a board for an event"?
Well, I sent some. See, the problem is I submitted a volunteer application.
Probably just with everybody else.
But I thought they would see. Look who it is.
Mm-hmm.
Let's give him a cushy board job. But I didn't get that. And then I get these emails about covering front desk, and I'm like, I'll screw it up. I desperately want to give back, but I have a hard time giving back.
I don't think you'll screw it up. I mean, the most that you're going to do is answer a phone and maybe help somebody, or somebody's going to walk in and you might be able to help somebody.
I know. It's a yeah.
They're not going to have you
filing
on
things.
the budget or filing things.
Yeah, I know. Well, Nicole, what's the one thing you want to say today?
Turn my mic on.
Yeah, well, you're part of the show.
I did another cycling class.
How was that?
It was good. I did better than the day before. Mm-hmm. And that is all we can ask for.
She hates being on the radio. Thank you so much for contributing.
You're welcome. Bye.
Goodbye.
All right, we have a big show planned for you. Hang on, let me pull up our show sheets because the printer ain't working. All right, so we have something really cool. If you can't get a turkey because they're so flippin' expensive, we're going to hook you up with that. We have free turkeys. I'll tell you how you can win a free turkey just in time for Thanksgiving coming up next. It's the Main Roy, the Red Show on KISS.
The MRL Morning Show on demand.
It's the Main Roy, the Red Morning Show on KISS 95.1, and we have your chance to win turkeys just in time for Thanksgiving. It is bowling for turkeys, and it's kind of a
tradition.
Tradition that we've done here.
We get turkeys we want to give you, and we also have a makeshift bowling alley that we'll have down at street level here at the studios, and you'll get to come and bowl for your free turkey.
Yeah, it's exciting. Strike gets you a free turkey. We have about 15 of them that we're going to be giving to you tomorrow. We're going to start the broadcast at 6:30 downstairs, and then we'll wrap up whenever the supplies go, or 8:30. One of the two. So if you want to get a free turkey tomorrow, and let me tell you, it's so easy. You're just doing it. You're going to get it.
It is very easy.
You're going to get the turkey. You can show up to the radio station tomorrow at 6:30. We're located at 1520 South Boulevard in Charlotte, North Carolina. Swing on by the radio station and partake in that.
Yeah, you're going to swing on by on your way to work.
You know, we posted up a video up on our social media of when we've done this in the past. You know, and I understand that because of COVID, we have a bit of a skeleton crew and whatever. But gosh, was it funny to see we had someone dressed in a turkey costume. Mm-hmm. It was just, everything was set up at an actual bowling alley.
Nicole.
So get into a costume tomorrow.
Will you wear a turkey costume?
You can swing by Moore's Costumes and easily pick one up. They love us.
If you go get the costume,
you'll dress. Wait, hang on. If I go get the costume, you'll dress in it?
Come on.
sure.
If you don't come by and bowl for a turkey just to see Nicole in a costume,
I'm not going to be happy. I'm probably not going to be smiling. And if I'm down there and you're like, be chipper, talk to the lizard, I'm going to say, screw you.
You have to. You're the only one that can go down there.
You got 2 feet?
oh my God.
We have a radio show to do. I need you to be chipper and, be gobble gobble and happy.
I'll bring breakfast.
I can't believe you agreed to that.
Me neither.
Now the real question is, am I going to go get it?
I'll go get it.
Okay. So this is interesting. I had an argument with, I don't want to say argument, but I was talking with a friend, and some new studies came out about zebras. That was a massive debate amongst me and a friend. And somehow that turned into a conversation over whiskey.
Okay, I can't wait to hear this because I think the zebras at, like, what's the drive-through zoo up in Mooresville?
Oh, Lazy
5 Ranch?
Yeah.
They are bullies.
Well, yeah, I bet so. They're bad A. Like there's not many of it's a spicy horse running around. Okay, we'll get into that coming up next.
This is the MRL Morning Show with Manny, Roy, and Loren on Kiss 95.1.
Mindless arguments. Oh boy, I had one yesterday. I had 2 of them, which was a doozy.
Oh, what did you do?
So with a friend of mine, and it's just silly. It's not real arguments, but we were talking about a zebra, and I said, is it a white zebra with black stripes? Is it a black zebra with white stripes? And my friend said, no, it's just white and black. And I'm like, no,
equally.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think that's right. He goes, it's both of those colors, and I'm like, no. It has stripes, but what is the color of their stripes?
Right, because there would have to be a base color.
Right?
Is what you're saying.
Yes. And then, so that was like one argument. And then he brought up another thing that I then screwed him with. So we were talking about scotch and whiskey. He's like, scotch is whiskey, but whiskey is not scotch. And I'm like, but it kind of is. Whiskey is scotch, but not all.
No, I understand what he's saying because it's aged differently, right?
No, one is made in Scotland.
So what you're saying is like, okay, so like champagne and Prosecco.
Right.
You think is the same thing, but true champagne only comes from France.
Right. So he's saying, so he would be saying like sparkling wine, champagne is sparkling wine, but not sparkling wine's not champagne. And I'm like, yes, it is.
I kind of agree with him there.
No, but it is. It's just in a certain area.
Yeah.
So whiskey is scotch, but only in that area. But he's like scotch. So you want to talk about just like mind-numbing conversation?
Yeah.
Because it is fun to think, like, scotch is whiskey, but whiskey isn't scotch. And I'm like, but it kind of is.
I understand what you're saying. Right. I will say I've had the champagne Prosecco argument with Elena 1,003 times, and now I've just been beaten into submission. Because
if you got any other sparkling brut wine, and you'd be like, well, go open up that bottle of champagne.
I would be corrected now.
See, I don't know. I'm like, it is that. And then we dived in deeper, and come to find out, this is going to shock everyone in this room. Zebras are actually black, and they have white stripes.
Really?
Well, now we got a text at 704. The zebra stripes are brown. Well, I have right here.
In your hand.
An ecologist reveals, this is a leading ecologist with a biologist that says zebras are actually black with white stripes. The University of California did a study for the Journal of Investigative Dermatology, and they said that the cells produce a pigment, and that pigment would be a dark brown or black, and then has such as like a white stripe.
Okay.
That gives it that cool zebra look. Or, just like what I like to say, is zebras are just spicy horses. Because that's what they are.
I do agree with that. I told you earlier that the zebras at Lazy 5 Ranch up in Mooresville are such bullies. Like, they tell you actually not to feed the zebras because they will pull the bucket out of your hand.
Well, they're spicy. Someone texted in and said scotch and whiskey are the same, except the process. Right, so that gives my argument when someone says scotch is whiskey, but whiskey isn't scotch. And I'm like, but whiskey is scotch. But not all whiskey is scotch.
I gotcha.
Okay, well, there you go. Go have an argument with someone else today.
The Manny, Roy, and Loren Morning Show. Find more laughs on the Kiss 95.1 app.
My Chicago family, there's my brother Kev and his wife and the 3 kids, and they just don't sit still. Like, they're always looking for action. Like, before they even arrive, my sister-in-law will have a plan on what she wants to do when she arrives in place. Mm-hmm. Before they even arrived, they came up with a whole Whitewater Center plan.
Okay.
And that's who my beef is with this morning. Oh my God. Let me explain something to you. When I go to an amusement park, I don't want to work at the amusement park. I want to sit in a roller coaster. I want to sit on a couple rides, walk around. That's the most exercise I want, is walking around. I am so friggin' sore this morning, Nicole, from being on a raft in the Whitewater Center, going down the rapids.
That's
because
the whole point.
They give you the oars, and they're like, row, row, row. And I'm like, row?
That's the whole point.
Bro, how about we just go down the river without the... and you're the expert. They put one guide in the boat. Let the guide row. Oh, my God, Loren, I don't even know what muscle this is that hurts from rowing.
Do you not understand that the Whitewater Center is for whitewater rafting, where you paddle?
I like the idea of getting in the raft. I don't like the idea of the guy in the back going 4 rows forward, 3 rows back. And you're like, like, at least in the warm-up video, Whitewater Center, and the rest of it was fun. The zip lining and all that stuff was fun. But in the warm-up video, at least be like, hi, and welcome to the Whitewater Center, where you'll be in a raft rowing. Now, most of you aren't activity-driven people, so stretch before you get in the raft.
God forbid you get your heart rate up.
Heart rate, nothing. I can do that, playing tennis and doing... Loren, what muscle is this right here?
I don't know. Your back muscle.
The deltoid?
Maybe.
It's not. It's like under my shoulder, above my ribs, and it oh my God, does it hurt?
The average person knows that you're going to be rowing when you get into a whitewater rafting boat.
I thought it was more like an experience.
Like a lazy river?
Said, when you go to Disney, they don't tell you to push the roller coaster up the hill and then jump in to ride it back down.
Get out of here.
Someone said that, Manny, those are the trapezius muscles that are hurting. Someone said that Manny sent him a wabulins because I was complaining. Wabulins. Let's see. There's people on the phone too, Lorraine. Good morning, Cindy.
Good morning.
You heard me talk about the awful experience at the Whitewater Center. I'm sore.
Can you please set him straight?
How can you be sore though? Like I have zero athletic ability. I have tiny T-Rex hands. I couldn't climb the wall. My hands are smaller than an average 10-year-old. I'm 43 years old. I'm not sore.
When was the last time you were there?
I was there on Sunday. It was my first time, by the way. And I did the adventure rafting, not the family one. And I was like, we can do this. Just pay attention, follow the instructor, and you'll be all right.
That's what I did. I did the family one because there's an adventure one that's like a little more...
So you didn't even do the hard one.
Well, no, because I had Dean. And Dean's a small 8-year-old, so I had to be careful.
Right.
But, Cindy, I will say that all they have to do is just tell you to stretch before you get on the raft because you're going to be working your butt off.
Well, yes, but if you, play around with the oar just a little bit, kind of get a feel for it.
Warm up.
A little bit. Follow the instructions when he's telling you, when you stuck or,
2 back, 3 forward.
Yes, exactly. If you just follow that, you'll get a little, stretch here and there. And then, and if you just, I guess it's kind of like in the hip movement also. If you just throw your arms into it, you probably will pull something. But if you...
Yeah. I was probably doing it wrong, using all arm, and I wasn't putting enough of my body into it. Where did you sit on your raft?
I was on the right. I was in the back seat in the right. And I had to row more because my sister has carpal tunnel and she had surgery recently. So she had to just sit back. And maybe you should have done that.
I sat
in the
front.
middle of the boat and just watch everybody and just encourage everyone.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that next time. That's more my speed, Cindy. All right. Thanks for calling. Have a great day. Okay. All right. Bye. Thanks. Bye, Cindy. Stop with the text messages calling me a wuss, please. I get it.
This is the MRL Morning Show with Manny, Roy, and Loren on Kiss 95.1.
All right, Manny's out. We're going to tell you what's going on, why he's out, coming up at 8 a.m. this morning. It's pretty public on social media as well, but we'll get into that later on. So yesterday we had a Thanksgiving potluck here at the radio station, and I know that we didn't go to it because we were gone by the day. It was like at noon or something, and we were already out. And then two, I don't know. Yeah, the potlucks. I don't know.
I like potluck. I'm about to have a party with potluck in December.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just go to a restaurant. That's the way I feel.
Okay.
No offense, Lorraine. That's why I'm not going to your event.
Wow.
I've been to enough church potlucks. There's always a few sketchy dishes.
Well, I'm controlling who's bringing what to ours.
Oh, okay.
And it's a breakfast with Santa, so.
People could be cooking with their cat on the kitchen counter.
So you trust me to do it all. But when I dish it out and give it to other people, now you're out.
I don't know how they cook.
Dude, just come and drink.
So anyway, having said that, we had a potluck here at the radio station yesterday. And we just went into the break room, and all of the food is still out there. It sat overnight.
That's disgusting for multiple reasons. Number one, I think it's gross to leave food out all night. And I also think it's gross to assume that somebody else will clean up your mess.
Right. Like, we have this awesome cleaner, house cleaner. I don't know what the appropriate term.
She takes care of our building. So she's
not our maid,
right.
But she takes care of our building.
Yes.
She's amazing, Julia. We love her to death. We always try to give her a Christmas present. We appreciate everything she does for us. And it would be awful to think that she should, people think that, she'll clean it.
Right.
That's awful.
Right.
No, you need to
Whoever
clean
the cleaning crew at night will clean it up. But that's not how this works. That's not what they signed up for. They didn't sign up to clean your party. Right.
So that was my first gripe. And then I started looking at all the leftover food, and I realized that I would have been offended if I was the person that brought the macaroni and cheese. Barely anybody took a bite of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm like, and then a part of me is like, it's that bad that nobody ate it, and I want to try it.
Ew, no, I will not let you try that.
I know now I won't because it sat overnight. But I'm like, if I took my food to a potluck and nobody ate my food, I would be devastated.
And mac and cheese is like something everybody wants to eat, too.
Right. And it is sitting out there, and when I tell y'all, maybe one square's gone. One.
And that's the person who made it.
And then so that tells me that person, or someone else had it. Here's what I thought. One person had it, and then they started telling everybody, don't eat the mac and cheese.
Oh, you think word spread.
Don't eat the mac and cheese. It's awful. And so then that gives me a whole complex, because then I'm starting thinking about, like, if I was actually at this potluck and I found out that people at this radio station was not eating my food, I would be distraught. I mean, it would turn from me being thankful and loving my coworkers to me walking around and campaigning for my dish.
And you know what? That's what I'm saying about mac and cheese. Like, everybody likes mac and cheese. So that's a strange dish that didn't, like, quote unquote sell, right? Mm-hmm. I could see if you brought something that, like, maybe not a lot of people know about, a vegetable dish, but mac and cheese in the South is so universal. It had to have been that bad.
It's comfort food that we eat year-round. And then we gorge on it in the holidays. So I thought about that, and I thought how funny it would be, like, if I was at a potluck, and then instead of me enjoying my food, I'm like, yep, did you try the chili?
Oh, so you want to talk up your dish so that everybody eats your dish.
I don't know who made the chili, but they knocked it out.
You started talking up your own stuff. That's cute.
I don't know what the secret ingredient, brown sugar. I don't know what the secret ingredient is.
That's funny.
But yeah, so we have this awful mess here at the radio station. Speaking of Thanksgiving and how there's a big mess that we need to clean up in there. Nicole, I heard that you threw away Thanksgiving?
I went dumpster diving.
For Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we have to dive into that.
This is the MRL Morning Show with Manny, Roy, and Lorette on Kiss 95.1.
All right, so Manny's out. He'll be back on Monday. We'll dive in deeper on why he's not here. Coming up at 8 o'clock. It's already pretty public about how he's been dealing with some family issues. So we'll kind of dive in a little deeper into that later into the show. We were just talking about, though, me and Loren was chatting about how the entire team here on Kiss 95.1 had a potluck, and they left the food overnight in our kitchen.
Just for someone else to clean up.
And, someone's going to have to go throw all that Thanksgiving food away. And then we found out that producer Nicole had to go dumpster diving for Thanksgiving food. If it's that rough, girl, there's some food. I mean, it's sat out overnight. You could just go in the kitchen and get some.
I know, and I wish I could say this was the first time I've ever dumpster dived, but it's not.
For Thanksgiving?
No, just in general.
Okay.
My first dumpster diving experience was for a paycheck. And now
I would die for that too.
Yeah, me too.
So I accidentally threw away an entire bag of groceries that I had pre-bought to take to my mom's house for Thanksgiving. And I didn't realize it until a couple hours later, because when I went grocery shopping, you can pick paper or plastic.
Mm-hmm.
And you being
it's no surprise as to what I chose paper. But what I do with that paper when I get it, because I don't have a recycling bin, is I leave it out on the counter and I put my recycling in there, and then I take that to
did the same.
my complex's recycling place.
Yeah.
Well, I had run out of trash bags, so I was actually using it for trash instead of recycling. So I had that.
Wow, I bet the inner hippie in you just broke.
Seriously.
I'm gonna have to put this brown bag in a trash can.
What?
I know. So then I had that on one side of my counter, and then on the other side of the counter, I had the bag that I was putting groceries in to take to my mom's, and it had stuffing. Stuff to make stuffing, green bean. Like it had probably stuff to make 3 or 4 dishes.
There's a lot in there.
Right. And so I guess somehow throughout the weekend, I started mixing up which bag I was throwing trash in. So I started putting trash in the bag that I had all my ingredients in. Well, I did a cycling class on Sunday morning. So before I went to cycling class, I took that bag and was going to take it to the dumpster, which is right next to my complex. So I'd take it, put it in there, and because it's the end of the weekend, it's pretty full. The dumpster's pretty full.
Yeah.
So I ended up just kind of setting it on top of the other bags. So it wasn't like I threw it in there. I just set it on top. Well, fast forward probably like 3 or 4 hours. I'm being generous, probably like 5 or 6 hours later, I'm on the phone with my girlfriend, and we're talking, and she mentioned something about what are you cooking for Thanksgiving? And I'm in the kitchen, and I look to see, like, wait a second, where's my bag of all of my groceries?
Oh, and you threw it away.
And then I just had that moment where I was like, oh, crap. And so I just immediately, and she's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, hold on. So I had to set the phone down, and I had to kind of step up on the dumpster to reach over inside to pick the bag back up.
Was it still sitting on top, or did things on top of it?
It was still sitting on top. It looked like something had been pushed to the side of it.
Okay.
But everything was intact. And it wasn't like I didn't have the fresh veggies. Everything was either in a can or bag or
Good.
something.
I was about to ask,
Right.
did you have raw meat?
No.
Okay.
Nothing was open.
Right.
Yeah.
So I took everything out, kind of gave it a nice little brush, and put it in a new bag, and there we go.
You went dumpster diving for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
I would do the same.
I would too.
I would do the same. Groceries are expensive. Every time I've been buying things for this Thanksgiving, I'm shocked every time I swipe my card.
Yeah.
Okay, well...
I'm glad it was still there.
Oh, me too, because honestly, had we not had that conversation at that point in the day...
You would have never known.
I would have totally forgot, and who knows, it's Tuesday now. When I took Finley out before work this morning, there was probably like a dozen more bags added to that. So who knows what I would have had to do.
I don't know. I think if it's like food you're going to ingest, you got to chalk it up if it's not right on top.
I agree. Yeah, if other things have hit it, yeah. We got to, I remember, by the way, if you want to share the time that you've dumpster dived, you can always reach out to us, 704-570-9595. I remember when my sister had a dumpster dive because she lost her retainer.
Oh.
Think about that.
I mean, you can boil it, but that's rough.
I don't think I'd have it in me to put that back in my mouth.
Me neither.
But the retainers are so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So expensive. When did you dumpster dive? 704-570-9595. We got this text message. We have a couple minutes. Why don't we just tell people what's going on, and then we can tell people at 8 o'clock in an hour from now.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Sure.
So Maney isn't on the show today because his mom unfortunately passed away from cancer.
And, he has been very open and has shared the journey with us. So to get the news earlier this week was heartbreaking.
But, some positives. She got diagnosed, 5-6 years ago?
In 2015.
2015, stage 4 at that time. And, they were able to give her this many more years.
Yes.
So it is, of course, sad, but it's also this, people are happy that they've had at least this long with her.
It's a beautiful fact that modern medicine allowed Ginny to meet her granddaughter Ruby and to spend so much time with Dean and their family.
So if you could today, whenever you see Mania on social media, just send him a nice message. I know we'll be posted. Did we already post something on our social media?
Last night.
Okay, yeah. So we already have something posted up on our social media as well. If you want to send Mania a nice little note, I'm sure he'll read it. Don't know if he'll be able to get back to you because I've already seen thousands of people have already reached out to him. But so that's why Mania's not on the show. And he is saying he's going to come back Monday. I don't know. I hope he is. But
whenever he's ready.
We told him to take as much time as he needs. So that's what's been going on with Maney. And in honor of Maney, let's relive one of our moments when he's been on the show where Lorraine wanted to make lasagna for Thanksgiving.
I still think it's appropriate.
So Maney, you'll hear Maney on this next clip. Even though he's out dealing with grieving the passing of his mom. And that's all coming up next on the Maney, Roy, and Loren Morning Show.
Stay connected with Maney, Roy, and Loren. Listen to our podcasts on the Kiss 95.1 app.
You guys know I'm hosting Thanksgiving dinner on Thursday.
Yes, you are.
And I wanted to serve something that my grandmother used to serve. I think it is a traditional Thanksgiving food, and it's even on a list that I found of traditional Thanksgiving foods, but my family won't let me serve it.
Ooh.
So do you want the list?
Yeah, give us the list,
Okay.
and then tell us what the thing is on the list.
I'll leave mine for last.
Okay.
So green bean casserole, of course, is a traditional. Sweet potatoes, turkey, pumpkin pie, rolls.
Oh, I love rolls.
Yeah, man.
Mashed potatoes, roasted cauliflower, stuffed mushrooms.
Nah.
Stuffed mushrooms not on there?
I've been to a lot of different states, so a lot of different Thanksgivings and Friendsgivings, and I've never had a stuffed mushroom at the table. Anybody else?
No, I've never had a stuffed mushroom.
That's
Brussels
a rando.
sprouts is
That's
not
what you're serving?
What?
You're serving stuffed mushroom?
No.
Oh, okay.
But that's a rando one on the list is all I'm saying. Okay.
Right. I'm serving Brussels sprouts this year, not on the list either, but I think it is a normal Thanksgiving food.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't throw it off.
Cream spinach. And then, of course, cranberries, fresh and canned. Now, the one I left it for last that I would like to serve is lasagna.
What?
And my family growing up, we would do lasagna or ravioli
What?
with our turkey.
Roy just dislocated his shoulder turning to you in the studio here.
Now, that is on the list of traditional food. Lasagna is a traditional Thanksgiving food,
No,
according
it's
to
not.
this list.
According to who?
According to Elena, Lorenzo pair from Italy, who never celebrated Thanksgiving in her life and brought it one day.
Lasagna is not a Thanksgiving food.
I think it is.
It is not. I mean, would you say General Tso's chicken is a Thanksgiving food? No, you would not. No, you would
But I
not.
had it growing up. Like, my grandmother would always serve, and we had like 3 mains for Thanksgiving. It was a ham, a turkey, and lasagna.
Can you just imagine, dear Lord, I'm so thankful for this lasagna and spaghetti with meatballs. No, you don't say that.
We don't
Happy
have spaghetti and
Thanksgiving. Here's the
meatballs.
pepperoni pizza everybody's waiting for.
I know. Hey, is there garlic cheese bread at this Thanksgiving?
Okay, I'm not alone. We are getting text messages. 201 texted in and said, we do lasagna. 704 texted in and said, I'm from Boston, and yes, we served lasagna with Thanksgiving as well.
You might as well stop by McDonald's, get some McChicken nuggets.
Make another joke about the lasagna and the turkey's not going to be the only thing down at the table.
I thought we were going to sit here and have the debate about macaroni and cheese because that is the Thanksgiving staple that
By the way,
everyone needs to have.
That wasn't on the list.
That's because this is a baloney list. They have dang lasagna on it. I don't care anything they say.
What's the random food that will be on your Thanksgiving table?
Let's talk with Christian in Charlotte. Welcome to the Manny Roy and the Red Morning Show. What's the oddball food that's going to be served at your Thanksgiving?
So my fiance is Peruvian, and every year, they serve ceviche with their turkey. They just throw it on the table also. I don't really understand it because, I grew up in a pretty small town, and we only had turkey and everything else to complement it. But having the 2 main dishes is really awkward still.
But ceviche is so good.
What is it?
It's my favorite food.
Go ahead, I'll let you describe it because there's a bunch of stuff in it.
Marinated in lime. That's how it's cooked. The acidity from the lime cooks the fish. They typically use tilapia.
See, you just said fish. It's off for me.
Christian, Loren with the lasagna, Christian with the chavaki.
Ceviche.
Do you know that Thanksgiving's supposed to be about the basic food groups, the Native Americans and the Pilgrims sitting down? Nobody got a lasagna. You know what I mean?
Bring it. Now, it's time for Can't Beat Loren, sponsored by Cheerwine Soft Drink on Kiss 95.1.
Mandy, welcome to the Manny Roy and Loren Morning Show.
Hi, good morning, guys.
Hi, you are playing Can't Beat Loren today. I've heard that you have played once before in the past. How did you do?
I tied you, but today I'm going to beat you.
Woo! Yeah! Let's go.
Go ahead, Lauren. Get out of the studio.
I'm going.
Love the confidence from Mandy. Loren is leaving the studio, and she is gone. She can no longer hear these questions. All right, here we go. The latest celebrity to start a beauty brand is none other than Justin Bieber's wife. Evidently, this brand's coming out in 2022. Who am I talking about?
Haley Baldwin Bieber.
A reporter at the AMA is trying to get Machine Gun Kelly's opinion on Kim Kardashian dating his best friend, but he told her no comment. Who is his friend that Kim is rumored to be dating?
Pete Davidson.
The streaming service that brought you Selling Sunset is working on a spinoff, but in Tampa. What streaming service does Selling Sunset call home?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think I'm going to go with Hulu.
Okay, and Bobby Flay signed a new deal that will keep him with the Discovery family through the middle of the decade and up to his 30th on-air anniversary. What network is Bobby Flay known for being part of?
Food Network.
We've waited 6 years for an album from this Rolling in the Deep singer, and after just 3 days of its release date, it's already the best-selling album of the year. What pop star are we talking about?
Adele.
All right, let's get Loren back in. Loren's walking back into the studio.
By the way, there was nobody in the hallway. That was glorious.
Why is that glorious?
Because I'm never out there just by myself. It's usually people popping in and out.
Oh, you're awkwardly having to say hi.
Yeah, hi.
Okay, so Mandy got
Can't Beat Loren.
Mandy got 4 correct.
Okay.
All right, here we go. The latest celebrity to start a beauty brand is Justin Bieber's wife. Who is that?
Haley Baldwin Bieber.
That is correct. It's 1-1. A reporter at the AMA is trying to get Machine Gun Kelly's opinion on Kim Kardashian dating his best friend, but he told her no comment. Who's that friend that Kim's rumored to be dating?
Pete Davidson.
That is correct. It's 2-2. This streaming service that brought you Selling Sunset is working on a spinoff, but in Tampa. Who am I talking about?
Is it Netflix?
Netflix would be correct. Unfortunately, our friend Mandy said Hulu. It is currently 3-2. Bobby Flay signed a new deal that will keep him with the Discovery family through the middle of the decade and up to his 30th on-year anniversary. What network is he known for being part of?
He is the Food Network.
That is correct. 4-3, and we've waited 6 years for an album from this Rolling in the Deep singer. And just after 3 days of its release, it's already the best-selling album of the year. What pop star are we talking about?
Adele.
Loren, that is correct. Final score, 5-4. You have 142 wins.
Which one got Mandy?
The
Streaming.
The streaming
I
service.
wasn't sure either, Mandy. I took a guess.
I thought I had saw it on Hulu, but I guess it was Netflix. I get them confused. There's so many.
There is. All right, you know what we want to hear before we let you go.
Okay, my name's Mandy. I'm from Mount Holly, and I can't beat Loren.
Thanks for playing, Mandy.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
The Mandy, Roy, and Loren Morning Show, War of the Roses.
Maya, you sent us a message saying that you wanted to check up on Rich. Why do you want to check up on him? What do you think's going on?
I met him in September. I go to UNCC. He jump-started my car, and then he ended up finding me on social media and sliding into my DM. I like him, and we're having a lot of fun, but he is acting really sketchy about Friendsgiving.
Friendsgiving?
Yeah. I invited him to my Friendsgiving, and he said he was going to come until Friday when he told me that he was going to be out of town for some reason, which seemed really weird to me. He texted it, too. He didn't even have the decency to call me. And then he said that he basically said, like, don't contact me from Tuesday until the Friday after Thanksgiving.
Did you ask him why?
Yeah. I mean, well, he's like 10 years older than me, which is, I don't know. Like, I'm trying not to think that something weird is going on or that he's married. Like, I haven't seen a ring. I haven't seen anything that would kind of lead me to think he was married. But
it sounds like he's going to be with his family, and he doesn't want the side piece texting him.
Have you been to his place?
I mean, the writing's pretty much on the wall, Myra.
Maya, have you been to his place?
I have not been to his place.
Oh, yeah. Girl, this doesn't look good for you.
How many dates have you been on with him?
We've been on like 5 or 6 dates.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm creeped out.
Let's find out if Rich is married. I mean, Roy's pretty convinced, and Loren feels that way. Let's see who he sends him to. If he sends him to somebody that's not you, let's find out as much information as we can before you jump on him and tell him that he's a terrible person, okay?
All right.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, I'm looking for Rich, please.
Yeah, this is Rick.
Hi, Rich. My name's Sarah. I'm calling from Flowers for You. I have your name and number here as the winner of our Instagram tag contest. One of your friends tagged you on our post, and we randomly selected you to get $100 in beautiful free red roses. Congratulations.
Thanks. This ain't one of them things I got to give you my credit card number, so I'm interested.
No, it's not. It is, we just ask that you tell somebody about our services. It's our grassroots marketing campaign. We do it every month, and you were the lucky winner this month.
So there's no catch at all?
No, I don't need anything from you except for who you'd like to send them to and their information, and then I have a card for you to fill out. But that's it, man.
Oh, man, that's a great deal. I don't know what friend that was, but I sure thank him.
So do you have someone in mind you'd like to send the flowers to?
Oh, yeah. Man, it's a present for my wife. I want to send it to my wife, Shelly.
Okay, so we're sending it.
Bell, yo.
Did you say Shelly?
Yes.
And what would you like?
Put Shell Bell on the card. That's what I call them. It's my Shell Bell right there.
Shell Bell? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's sweet. Do you anything else you want on the card?
I love you. Thank you for giving me my beautiful kids, and you're the best wife in the world.
Okay.
You disgusting pig.
Did the operator just call me a pig? Because that ain't professional at all.
No.
No, that was your girlfriend or your side piece or whatever she is, Maya.
Are you kidding me? You have a wife and a kid? A wife and kid?
Rich, that's Maya. This is the Mania War on the Rim Morning Show. We do a segment called War of the Roses where we catch cheaters. You're on Kiss 95.1.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Whoa. Maya, what the hell are you doing?
What the hell am I doing? You're married. You know, why would you...
Maya, he just said you knew this.
I did not know. When he said he was going out of town, I thought he was going to see his mom and his dad or something, not his wife and his kids.
Oh, you had an inkling.
No, you got it all wrong. You got it all mixed up here. You knew the situation already. I had broke everything down to you. I told you that I was going to spend Thanksgiving with my family.
Yeah, I thought like your mom and dad's family, not your wife and kids' family.
This is the MRL Morning Show with Manny, Roy, and Lorette on Kiss 95.1.
I was attacked by turkeys. I really was.
I'm really not surprised.
And I was attacked by turkeys at a grocery store. I'll tell you what happened coming up minutes from now here on the Mania Roy and the Rim Morning Show. But we would like to address why Manny is not with us here on the Mania Roy and the Rim Morning Show.
Manny has been very open about his mother's battle with cancer, and she was diagnosed in 2015. And unfortunately, he had to say goodbye to her this week.
Yeah, she has passed away. And it's sad. This is typically a fun week of shows where we do a lot of Thanksgiving bits and stunts. I know we're doing turkey bowling tomorrow. So if you want a free turkey, you can swing by the radio station at 6:30 and bowl for it. But he did have to say goodbye to his mom. And it's great that he got to spend the 6 years extra. Mm-hmm. You know, modern medicine and what cancer research has done is amazing. She was diagnosed with stage 4.
Mm-hmm. She was able to meet her granddaughter, Ruby, spend a lot of time with Dean and their family. So they're very grateful for the time that they got with her.
It's just so heartbreaking to see, you know, my best friend who every time we ever see him, he's just silly. You know, Manny is this immature, silly, fun guy. Biggest heart, people pleaser. I mean, he's just distraught if anyone in this building doesn't like him. Mm-hmm. And then to see the past 2 weeks, things started getting a little rough with family and his mom, and he was just going through it. And you never noticed because he's a true professional. He'd come in here and he would do the show with a smile, and then, you know, meanwhile, off the air, he was on his phone every 2 seconds.
Having to take phone calls, talking to caretakers and family. And
so we've been kind of a witness, you know, in the back seat watching him go through one of the hardest moments in his life. And it's heartbreaking. We're there for him. I know, Loren, you dropped off food with them last night. We've told him take as much time off the air. I mean, there's already a holiday here. Take even more time. Whatever you need. This show will survive. He says he wants to come back Monday. I don't think he should. I think he should take more time off, personally.
Well, you know, everyone grieves differently, too. Yeah. And some people feel like they have to get back to work.
I mean, like, this is a good distraction, you know, if you want to come in and laugh. I mean, that's what we do. We are a comedy show. But so there's a post up on our social media at the MRL show. Do you have photos of Jenny, or what did you post?
It's just a photo of him and his mom.
Okay, so you could see Jenny and him and his mom, and you can drop a lovely note for him. I already know that thousands of people have already reached out, so please do so. He could use your love and your prayers and your support. So please do that. Go to @the_MRL show on Instagram right now. But I really was attacked by turkeys.
And that I'm not surprised about, so I'd love to hear the story.
They were dead turkeys.
Oh, even better.
I'll talk about it next.
Happy Thanksgiving. This is the MRL Show on Kiss 95.1.
Thanksgiving. Everyone's at the stores. Everybody's doing shopping. I was at a grocery store. It will remain unnamed.
It sounds like you had quite the time at said unnamed grocery store.
I was looking at ham hocks and neck bones. And there was another person looking at ham hocks and neck bones. So I couldn't stand... Don't gag. You need them for collard greens. It makes everything better.
Neck bones.
And they're
sound warm.
It's called flavor, if you would know how to cook. So there was a guy looking at the ham hock as well, and fatback and all that. And so right beside where the fatback and ham stuff is double doors leading to a meat department. So I was trying to pick up a few things. So I stood next to him where the double doors are.
Okay.
The double doors are open, already opened. They're not closed. I'm looking at, I have ham hock in one hand, neck bones in the other, and I hear a cart coming. I don't think anything of it. I just think an employee's coming out with a cart and they're going to go around me. And with that, the cart rams me.
Oh.
And it is a massive cart filled with butterball frozen turkeys. And I was startled because I didn't expect it. And I think me being startled and I was trying to catch the ham hock and neck bones. I was dropping. And so then I tripped and I fell. Also during this commotion, about 2 or 3 of the butterball turkeys fell off the cart as well.
Okay.
Massive scene at the grocery store.
Can imagine.
This is not like, you got to think, this sounds like somebody at a bowling alley just hit a strike.
Clean up on aisle 7.
I mean,
8, 9, and 10.
It sounds so loud, like employees from different departments start walking over. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The guy was so apologetic. He couldn't see me over the turkeys. He didn't think anybody. He'd said that he just opened those doors and there was nobody there. And he was so apologetic. People came to help pick up all the frozen turkeys. They put things in my cart. And so I was attacked by a cart of turkeys for Thanksgiving, which for some odd reason, I can't make these stories up. I don't know why this happens to me.
Yeah, I have no idea, but only these things only happen to you,
and
friend.
So then the manager comes out, and he's so apologetic. Poor guy's probably trying to dodge a lawsuit, he's like, this guy could sue me. He brings a cart around, and he wants to go shopping with me. He's like, no, you fell. I'll pick up whatever you need. Whatever you need, I'll pick it up from the shelf.
Did you get a cart full of groceries for free?
No.
Oh.
No, because I wasn't mad. It was an accident. If they were, why were you standing there? I'd be like, well,
now we have a problem.
Yeah. But everybody was so apologetic. Even customers came up to help me up. And listen, I'm a big guy. It takes a lot to get me up. It's like you got to get like it's a multiple people project getting me up. It ain't easy. I was one time last year for Thanksgiving, we had to celebrate it outside. Well, I don't know why the ground that my chair was sitting on gave up.
Okay.
The ground last year,
the
my
ground.
My chair went into when I sat down, it went into the soil and I fell backwards. It took 4 grown humans to pick me up.
I'm not telling anyone that story.
Listen, you're telling me I had a salad for Thanksgiving that year.
Roy.
And so here I am, a Harris Teeter doing some
attacked by frozen turkeys.
Here I am shopping for turkeys, and I get nailed by a cart filled with them.
That's funny. Not a lot of people can say that they were attacked by a turkey, and even less can say that they were attacked by frozen turkeys.
I know. It only happens to me. And then I try to play it cool because a fan of the show came up. And I took a photo with her, and I was limping, but then I wanted to look cool in front of the listener, it was no big deal, it just happened. But that happened to me. If you missed the story about why Mandy's not here, we have that up on the podcast. I do want to remind you, speaking of frozen turkeys, we have a bunch of turkeys here at the radio station, and if you want to win them, I'll tell you how. Coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
How are you guys? I love your show. I love you, and I listen to you every morning.
Manny, Roy, and Loren. Kiss 95.1.
Okay, so we want to give away turkeys. Not living ones.
The kind that actually attacked Roy. That's what we want to give away. If you missed it, Roy just told us how he got attacked by turkeys at a grocery store, but they were frozen turkeys. And we have a bunch of de-thawed turkeys to give away tomorrow.
Yeah, we do. We're going to be doing bowling for turkeys. We have done this, every year for years now. And we can't thank Roof Medic enough. Roof Medic is amazing. They have sponsored our Bowling for Turkeys event. They are supplying us with the turkeys. You know, Roof Medic already does so much around this time of the year. Roof Medic is ran by veterans. Every employee has been in the military and done service for the community, and they also then give back to their community during this time of the year. So when they heard that we were doing the Bowling for Turkeys, they wanted to be a part of such an amazing thing. So they are providing us with turkeys. You can swing by the radio station starting at 6:30 to bowl.
And it's easy.
Oh, yeah. You stopping by, you're going to get a turkey.
Yeah. While supplies last.
Yeah, I mean, we have only like 15. So once 15 go, they go.
Right.
Producer Nicole, are they going to bowl with the turkey, or are we going to have a ball? Do you know?
I think we're going to strap a turkey to a skateboard.
Or is that not happening?
I think they're just going to be bowling with a turkey.
Oh,
they're just going to throw a turkey. So we need one of them to be frozen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That turkey is going to be nice and tender by the end of the day.
Yeah. We need one of them frozen. And then Nicole has agreed to wear a turkey costume.
Which I'm stoked about, because I never thought in a million years that producer Nicole would agree to do it. But she said if we get it, she's in.
Yeah.
Are you regretting that? Do you retract your previous statements?
You can't retract. Listen, would you rather be, because I'll trade you places, would you rather be in a turkey costume letting people bowl, or would you rather stand outside in your underwear to pay off a bet?
Okay. You're right. I'm blessed.
See?
I'll be the turkey.
You are thankful here at the Thanksgiving. Yeah, we still got to get to you paying off your bet. We were planning on doing it next week, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so cold now.
It's so cold. You're going to freeze standing out there.
Thanks.
Well, maybe we can find a warm day and then you can go out there and stand. If you don't know why, Loren lost a bet when it came to high school football. And so now she has to stand outside in her underwear with a sign that says, "I'm a loser."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so make sure you join us at the radio station 1520 South Boulevard. That is going to be tomorrow, starting at 6:30 o'clock in the morning. While supplies last, we have turkeys. You're going to bowl with a frozen turkey. If you get a strike, you get the turkey. And trust me, you're going to get the turkey. So coming up next, let's talk about what's broken, and you're just not going to fix it.
Something broke in our house last night, and I had to put my foot down.
That you're not going to fix it?
I don't think it was going to get fixed.
Okay, 704-570-9595. What's broken, and you're just not going to get it fixed? We'll talk about it coming up next. I remember I had a sash because I was the hall monitor in the
You wore a sash, Loren.
Yeah, but mine was because I was a nerd. You were because you're beautiful.
This is Charlotte's Morning Show. Manny, Roy, and Loren. Kiss 95.1.
Okay, so what's something that is broken right now and you're just not going to fix it? 704-570-9595.
Did this happen to you?
Oh, I have tons of things in my life that's broken that I just refuse to fix. Like my ice maker, refused to fix it.
So did you just buy bags of ice now?
I buy bags. A bag of ice can last me for weeks.
Okay.
So I will buy a bag of ice, throw it in, and I won't even think twice about it because it's just Sterling and ice. So I can go with a bag for at least 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. But what do you do when you have guests? Like for company this week with Thanksgiving?
Well, I'll buy a bag and hope and pray that they don't eat a lot of ice.
I think you're going to need more than one bag.
Well, then I'm screwed because I don't have an ice machine that works.
Okay.
And I'm sure, to my luck, maybe you're like me. It seems like when anything breaks in your life, it's not like $30 to fix it. It's hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to fix it. It's like anytime I ever call anyone to come work on my house, it's like they want to deliver a $5,000 invoice every single time.
I'm sure they do.
So, so my ice machine, my tile is cracked. I refuse to get that fixed.
Okay. So Jackson is like in this phase of life currently where he is just destructful. And he's so strong. At 1.5 years, he ripped, we have like one of those sliding bottom drawers that have our garbage can in it. Mm-hmm. He ripped it off the track and out. The garbage can, the recycling bin, the whole door of the cabinet off of the track.
Wow. And
I love my husband dearly, but I could see the wheels spinning last night that he had no plans on fixing it. And I had to put the kibosh on that. I was like, no, you gotta fix it now because we have company coming this weekend. We can't have it off the track the whole time.
And is he handy enough to fix it?
Yeah, I mean, I think he could figure it out. I could probably figure it out.
Yeah. So what's something that's broken in your life and it's just, you're just not going to fix it? We have a text here that's just telling me to put a bunch of ice in a clean cooler. I could do that. That's not bad. My uncle's dishwasher broke years ago and never fixed it. Now he has to hand wash everything by hand. It's another example of a dishwasher that it's going to be expensive to fix and or replace when you've perfectly good hands.
Yeah.
That could do the job yourself. More time consuming. I know Loren's never cleaned a dish in her life.
That's not true. We wash like dishes by hand a lot in our house, and it drives me crazy because I don't like stuff on the counter.
I've noticed whenever you guys have little parties, especially Dallas, he like washes things as things goes and puts,
so the cleanup's easier later.
Yeah. So what's something that's just broken in your life and you won't fix it? Let's go to the phones real quick. Hi, you're on the Mandy Roy and the Ram Morning Show. Who's this?
Hey, is this Kids 95.1?
Yes, this is. You're live on the air. What's something that's broken, but you just refuse to get fixed?
Hey, so this is Tracy from Mooresville. I have put so much freaking money in my car recently, and there's yet something else wrong with it, yet the car drives fine, and I refuse to do it. And I'm from the country, close to the mountains, could get a good old boy, love a good old boy, to fix it for a fraction of the cost of the manufacturer. So when it starts making enough noise, causing me a little bit of grief, CV joint front left of my car, very expensive car, then I'll fix it. Until then, I'm not.
Yeah, I think that there was a point with my 10-year-old Ford Taurus that I said the next thing, because I kept throwing money into this thing.
And let me tell you something. Roy's trunk didn't close. The back door was janky.
And let me tell you, the back doors still don't open. And so when something broke, I was like, well, I ain't fixing it. I ain't fixing it.
Oh, my God. If I'm allowed to say the brand of the car, is that okay?
Yeah, I don't care.
Is that acceptable?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a Honda Pilot.
Yeah, it's trash.
Very nice vehicle. Second one I've had. And this is what the freaking dealer tells me, and I want to punch the guy in the throat. Oh, these vehicles last 300,000 miles.
Yeah. No.
I paid for an extended warranty for the motor because I had a Pilot before this one. Loved it. Great family vehicle. I did have a like a severe accident in it, and it kept my family safe. So I bought a new vehicle. No, it kept my family safe.
That's good. And by the way, we have to run to a commercial break. Thank you so much for calling. Surprised that you bought the extended warranty. They've always been trying to get me to buy that.
Yeah.
They call every day. Okay, we'll take more of your phone calls, more of your texts. What's broken, but you refuse to get it fixed. Call now.
This is the MRL Morning Show with Manny, Roy, and Loren on Kiss 95.1.
It's one of those things that it's broken and it just costs too much money to fix it. So you're like, screw it. It's going to be broken. 704-570-9595 if you want to share your story.
Cameron in Wilkesboro. Welcome to the Manny, Roy, and Loren Morning Show.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, what is broken? You're like, I'm not going to fix it.
My stove is broken and has been for a year and a half.
So the oven part or the top part or all of it?
The top part, the stove part.
Okay, so yeah, because that's a stove, Roy, and oven's the other thing.
Right.
Gosh, I'm so dumb.
It's okay, buddy. We love you.
So how do you cook?
Oh, goodness. I have an Instapot. The oven part actually still works. The microwave. There's no reason to have a stovetop, really.
Interesting. That's you've just readjusted your whole life way of thinking, because I don't know, like I cook everything on my stovetop.
Yeah, we do a lot on our stovetop, too.
You know, but you found a way around it.
Yeah, well, I'm like a little gadget collector, so it's not like, it was a big deal to begin with. I have Instapot, crock-pot. Yeah.
You have air fryer.
I do.
Oh, yeah. I feel like if you've got an air fryer, you don't need anything else.
But isn't that just an oven on steroids?
Yes.
Yeah, right? All right, well, listen, Cameron in Wilkesboro, I hope you have a great day, and you don't get that thing fixed. You do you.
Oh, no, I refuse to pay for another one.
Well, hey, how you doing Thanksgiving? You going to have like 5 Instapots and 5 crock pots? What do you...
My family always brings like a dish apiece, so they're assigned to certain things.
Huh.
And I'm doing ham this year, so it'll just go in the crock pot.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you so much for calling in. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, guys. Love the show.
Thank you. Thanks for listening. We love you.
This is the MRL Morning Show with Manny, Roy, and Loren on Kiss 95.1.
You all right, Loren?
It's so hot in here.
Nicole, are you hot?
I am not hot at all.
Yeah, I'm not hot at all.
A sweater on as well.
Like, you're over here flapping your arms, flapping papers in front of your face.
Am I having a hot flash?
Dare I say?
You better say no. I wouldn't dare to say anything except for no. But go ahead. I dare you.
No. Even when Nicole was like, Roy, you're going to get stabbed. Okay. No, it's fun. I don't know what's going on. So we want to remind you to join us for Turkey Bowling, sponsored by Roof Medic. Tomorrow from 6:30 to 8:30, you could bowl for turkeys. If you get a strike, you get a turkey, provided by Roof Medic. By the way, Roof Medic does amazing things this time of year. You know, everyone that works at Roof Medic is a veteran, and they give back to their community always, so they thought they could help people this year. There's a lot of people can't afford a turkey. Well, this year you can, because we got them for free thanks to Roof Medic. So it starts at 6:30, and we're going to give away turkeys while supplies last. You can swing by the radio station 1520 South Boulevard for Bowling for Turkey. That's going on tomorrow on the Manny, Roy, and Loren Morning Show. There is audibly a voice absent from the Manny, Roy, and Loren Morning Show, and that would be our good friend Manny. It's been posted out on social media. It's definitely circulating across the web. And that is, unfortunately, Manny is out because his mom has passed away.
Yes. And Manny has been very open with his mother's battle of cancer since 2015. And she was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer back then. So with modern medicine and treatments, she got so much time with their family, and she got to see her granddaughter Ruby and spend time with Dean and their family. So I know that they are very thankful for the time that they got.
We, of course, are here for Manny. I know you, the radio family's here for him. If you want to drop a nice message for him that he can read, you can do so by going to our Instagram at the MRL Show. We have a photo of him and his mom up there as well. And it's tough because Manny's this fun, silly, always happy guy, and see someone go through losing a parent's the hardest thing you'll ever do.
And he loved his mama.
He was a mama's boy. through and through. I mean, how many times, Lorraine, did he come in here and say his mom was giving him money, his mom was doing this for him, his mom was doing that for him? He was always a mama's boy. In fact, let's relive Maney the mama's boy. Let's relive a moment where he was actually talking about that. Evidently, his mom, Jenny, was helping, and his wife was like, no, stop. You don't need to be taking advantage of your mom like that. So Maney the mama's boy, here's a little bit of him talking about it himself.
Kiss 95.1.
We want to talk about mama's boys. My wife was a little freaked out yesterday and kind of upset at me because she thought I was letting my mom do too much when she came home from work. So my mom is helping us this week because my daughter and my son both have camp, and they have to be picked up within an hour of each other, and it's just kind of inconvenient. You got to go back, forth, right? So my mom, I called her and I said, Mom, maybe you could pick Dean up from camp on Wednesday and Thursday to help out. And she's like, sure, I'll go with you and, one time, and you can show me how to do it. And we did it. So yesterday she picked up Dean and brought him home. And when she brought him home, I was folding laundry, and she was like, I'll finish this. You go outside. Take Ruby outside.
Really?
And I was like, okay, I'll take Ruby outside. You can finish folding my laundry. And then by the time I came back in, she had already cleaned up all the dishes in the sink and put them in the dishwasher.
You just stayed outside a little extra longer so that she would do more.
And then...
I know your game.
And then when she's getting ready to leave, she says, here's $20. Dean says he wants ice cream. Take him for ice cream. And at that point, Amanda had already been home, and she's like, no, Ginny, take the money. We're not taking the money. We'll pay for the ice cream. And she goes, stop, just give it to get him the ice cream. And she gave it to me, and I put it in my pocket. And my wife looked at me, and she's like, you are such a mama's boy.
Yeah, it's too much, Maney.
I think you're wrong. I think you and my wife are wrong. My mom loves me, and I love to have a relationship with my mommy. Just like that.
My mommy. You are so lucky you're married.
My mommy. Why?
Because I think a lot of mama's boys, I think their moms stand, and this is going to be a very unpopular opinion, but I think a lot of mama's boys, their moms stand in the way of them and their relationships with women or men or other men.
I think my wife would say that it took her a little while to get in the circle of my mom. And I think that's natural and normal.
I don't know. And then you have moms that are just like so welcoming and, happy to have a new person.
When we called my mom to tell her that we were engaged, she was like, well, okay, I hope you enjoy yourselves.
Your life's over.
Yeah, well, then she said the life's over when we told her we were pregnant. She goes, already? Your life's over. I think there is a fine line between being a mama's boy and letting mom do things for you and your mom who is 80 years old feeling needed, wanted, and keeping her busy. And if that means she's got to fold my laundry, and that means she's got to help pick up my son and put the dishes away, then so be it, Lorraine. I'm giving her a good day, right?
Okay.
Ariel and Charlotte, good morning.
Hi, y'all. It's Ariel, like the fish.
There she is.
Not the mermaid, the fish. I remember you.
You played Can't Beat Lorraine last week.
Yes, and one day I'm coming back with a vengeance, I swear.
I love it. Okay, so what do you think about the mama's boy thing?
My husband is the biggest mama's boy I've ever met. Like, he calls her, texts her for everything. Mind you, he just turned 30 years old, and like she'll come over, he'll have her spend the night and like clean my house. I don't like my house clean. I like to clean my own house, and like he's just the biggest mama's boy in that way. And if she asks for something, he is on it. Like he feels like he has to do any and everything for her.
Yeah, but we have to keep our moms happy. They're getting older. We're married now.
Let them play with the kids.
All right, thanks, Ariel. Here's some fellow mama's boy, Loren. Good morning, Rob.
Hey, good morning.
We're just really good sons.
Listen, I like to take pride in being a mama's boy, but sometimes you got to know where to draw the line, I think. So it was me, after my parents split up, I was about 5 or 6 years old, and then it was just me and my mom for 13 years. So, of course, I had time to become a mama's boy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, about 8 years old, my mom started to date again, and she met this guy, and he was already like mid-30s, early 40s, and I just remember, I guess my mom told me this story. I don't remember saying it exactly, but she said that something about his mom was always paying his bills for him and doing this and doing that. he needs to grow up. So I was like, yeah, I guess that makes sense now that I know that I'm older. But I do agree. You always got to take care of your mama, and your mama's always going to take care of you. But
there you go.
At some point, you got to let it go.
And Loren is just upset that mama doesn't do her laundry and put her dishes away and smack a 20 on the counter and say, go buy the kids ice cream. It's jealousy.
My mom did my laundry and my dishes. I would probably not let her do it, but I guess let her do it. But I wouldn't take money from her.